We will be traveling south through the hinterlands to the ruin of Ostagar, on the edges of the Kakori Wilds. The Tevinter Imperium built Ostagar long ago to prevent the Wilders from invading the northern lowlands. It's fitting we make our stand here, even if we face a different foe within that forest. The King's forces have clashed with the Darkspawn several times, but here is where the bulk of the Horde will show itself. There are only a few Grey Wardens within Ferelden at the moment, but all of us are here. This blight must be stopped, here and now. If it spreads to the north, Ferelden will fall.
Ho there, Duncan.
King Kaelan, I didn't expect a
royal welcome? I was beginning to worry you'd miss all the fun.
Not if I could help it, Your Majesty.
Then I'll have the mighty Duncan at my side in battle after all. Glorious. The other wardens told me you'd found a promising recruit. I take it this is he?
Allow me to introduce you, Your Majesty.
There's no need to be so formal, Duncan. We'll be shedding blood together after all. Ho there, friend. Might I know your name?
Well, it's nice to see a friendly face for once, because everyone's been a dick so far. Although it's a little weird that he's so lighthearted about, you know, the invasion he's dealing with. I am Orenko, Your Majesty.
Pleased to meet you. The Grey Wardens are desperate to bolster their numbers, and I, for one, am glad to help them. I understand you hail from a circle of magi. I trust you have some spells to help us in the coming battle.
I will do my best, of course.
Excellent. We have too few mages here. Another is always welcome. Allow me to be the first to welcome you to Ostagar. The Wardens will benefit greatly with you in their ranks.
That's very presumptuous of you. You're too kind, Your Majesty.
I'm sorry to cut this short, but I should return to my tent. Loghain waits eagerly to bore me with his strategies.
Your uncle sends his greetings and reminds you that Redcliffe forces could be here in less than a week.
Ha! Eamon just wants in on the glory. We've won 3 battles against these monsters, and tomorrow should be no different.
Huh. It sounds like the blight is almost over.
I'm not even sure this is a true blight. There are plenty of Darkspawn on the field, but alas, we've seen no sign of an archdemon.
Disappointed, Your Majesty?
I'd hoped for a war like in the tales. A king riding with the fabled Grey Wardens against a tainted god. But I suppose this will have to do. I must go before Loghain sends out a search party. Farewell, Grey Wardens.
So starry-eyed and optimistic, I hope nothing comes crashing down to completely disillusion all of his feelings about this.
What the king said is true. They've won several battles against the Darkspawn here.
Huh. You don't sound very reassured.
Despite the victories so far, the Darkspawn horde grows larger with each passing day. By now, they look to outnumber us. I know there is an archdemon behind this, but I cannot ask the king to act solely on my feeling.
Let's see. You could if you were not such a fool.
You must not speak of the king so. He is overeager, perhaps, but he is also one of the few Grey Warden allies. Our numbers in Ferelden are too few. We must do what we can, and look to Teyrn Loghain to make up the difference. To that end, we should proceed with the joining ritual without delay.
What do you mean? What ritual?
Every recruit must go through a secret ritual we call the joining in order to become a Grey Warden. The ritual is brief, but some preparation is required. We must begin soon.
Huh. So, let's see. Am I the only recruit you have? Seems like a lot of work to come all the way across the realm just for me.
No, there are 2 other recruits here already. They have been waiting for us to arrive.
Wow. How many months of traveling have you been doing only to get 3 recruits? That doesn't seem like a very efficient way to fight a war, if I were to say so. Alright, wonderful. Let's get this over with then.
Feel free to explore the camp here as you wish. All I ask is that you do not leave it for the time being. There is another Grey Warden in the camp by the name of Alistair. When you're ready, seek him out and tell him it's time to summon the other recruits. Until then, I have business I must attend to. You may find me at the Grey Warden tent on the other side of this bridge, should you need to.
Alrighty then, let's go meet Alistair, the first more permanent party member in this game that we're gonna meet. Haven't been reacquainted. Oh my god. There are so many pop-ups happening on the screen right now. Chill for 2 seconds, game. Okay. So let's go find Alistair. This place is actually pretty freaky looking. Wow. That was a breathtaking sight when I saw it in 2009. Yeah, it looks kind of awful now. Let's see, what's the other side look like? There's a nice big statue. And a tower. And more trees. The same tree over and over again. And some pop-ups and weird visual glitches. Nailed it! Man, it's amazing how time can pass. This game came out when I was in my first year of college. I was an aspiring young...
You must be the Grey Warden recruit that Duncan brought.
Okay, bye. Nice talking to you. I was an aspiring computer science major, and now I'm a graduated geologist, so that's a thing. There's definitely some crazy magic happening over there. What happens if I approach? Are they going to say something?
I'm sorry, but the mages must not be interrupted.
Excuse me, I'm a mage. How dare you talk to me like that? I don't think they took my staff. I want to say the staff I'm wearing right now is from the repository, so I guess they must have not taken it from me when I revealed that I straight up stole it.
Good folk of Ferelden, and
Hello, Wynn.
What do we have here? I heard the new Grey Warden recruit was from the Circle. I don't believe we've met, but I've certainly heard a lot about your talent. My name is Wynn, and I congratulate you on your harrowing, marvelous work. The Fade is a dangerous place.
Well, she knows a little too much about me, frankly. Alright, I found it terrifying, to be honest.
I thought the same. It's good you can admit that. So, a Grey Warden, fighting alongside the king. Not too shabby for someone just out of apprenticeship.
Yeah, maybe you could teach me some spells so I can actually be in a good situation. I hope I don't disappoint anyone, being someone who stepped outside for the first time right before I got here, seemingly.
Child, you have been taught well. Use what you know, and have faith in yourself. Mages have always been pivotal in the fight against the Darkspawn. Perhaps you'll be the one to turn the tide this time.
Well, way to belittle the other two class options of soldier and rogue. Am I the most powerful thing I could possibly be? Okay, you faced the Darkspawn before?
Stragglers, yes. Not the vast horde the scouts speak of. I wonder, how much do you know of the connection between Darkspawn and the Fade?
I know as much as the prologue that my character didn't witness told me, which is that supposedly someone went out and started messing with magic and they all got corrupted and turned into Darkspawn, and now they just are this endless source. Let's see. I don't remember encountering Darkspawn in the Fade.
They do not live there, nor would any sane mage trespass as deeply into that realm as the Black City, which lies at its heart. Some say the Black City was once the seat of the Maker. But when the mages from the Tevinter Imperium found a way into the city, it was tainted with their sin. That taint transformed those men, turning them into twisted reflections of their own hearts. And the Maker cast them back to the Earth, where they became the first Darkspawn. At least that's what the Chant of Light says.
Wait, so that concept basically says that some mages went and tampered with magic and basically got God to go away because people keep talking about the Maker's gone and one day he'll relight the fires and we corrupted his sanctuary. It's like, that's Jesus Christ. They really give a lot of credit to mages and their power. That's okay. And is that true?
It may be allegory, meant to teach us that our own evil causes human suffering. Or it may be true. It is as good an explanation as any for now.
Sounds like a really complicated version of the Icarus story, where he made wax wings and flew towards the sun, but then the sun melted his wings and he fell. Tragedy for Hebrus. There we go. Don't you have any proper advice?
Advice? Never. You young ones know all there is to know about the world anyway. Why would you need advice from an elder? But I'm certain Duncan has more for you to do than talk to me.
Oh, well, way to be a snide little bitch about it, instead of giving me actual advice like I asked.
You will have served your maker.
What are you?
Die in
Is
the
that
battle,
man
and
standing
when
inside
you
of a
stand
wall?
before the maker in the land beyond the fade, he shall
This
not
isn't
find
good.
wanting.
I'd hate to waste such a promising member of the breed. Are you the new warden? I could use some help.
You look distressingly similar to Duncan. Stop it. Actually, he doesn't actually... Well, yeah, he looks like Duncan with a beard, basically. They're probably a lot of character creator characters. Anyway, I don't know anything about dogs.
It's not what you know so much as what you are, really. This is a Mabari, smart breed and strong. His owner died in the last battle, and the poor hound swallowed Darkspawn blood. I have medicine that might help, but I need him muzzled first.
Huh. So how do I muzzle him? Why do you think I could muzzle him?
You're a Grey Warden, or soon will be. All wardens are immune to the Darkspawn taint. The most you have to worry about is some tooth marks.
Yeah, just some little tooth marks from a massive dog. Dogs kill people in real life. I don't think fantasy world where I'm as a mage makes me that much like less vulnerable to be mauled by a massive dog. Just how smart is this dog?
Centuries ago, a mage bred them to be smart and understand what they're told. They can remember and carry out complex orders. Most valuable dogs in the world. Trouble is, they generally imprint to one master. Re-imprinting them is very difficult. But without the medicine, re-imprinting won't be an issue. Will you help?
So the problem is the person that he's bound with is dead. Reminds me of the idea of Aragon, where the dragons are joined with dragon riders, and if one of them feels pain, the other one feels it. Could he be imprinted to me?
We can try, but first we need to muzzle and medicate him.
Alright, I'll give it a shot.
Go in the pen and let him smell you. We'll know right away if he'll respond. Let's hope this works. I'd really hate to have to put him down.
We'll know right away because he might go right for your jugular. The dog looks up at you respectfully. Backing down from its aggressive stance, you can see intelligence in his eyes, as well as a great deal of pain. This animal is very ill. Kill the dog! Way to be a dick about it. Let's put the muzzle on the dog. The Mabari grows weakly, but does not challenge you. After you are done, he whimpers plaintively.
Well done. Now I can treat the dog properly, poor fella. Come to think of it, are you heading into the wilds anytime soon?
Why? Because you want me to go gather ingredients? Because that seems like where this is going. That might be why.
There's a particular herb I could use to improve the dog's chances. It's a flower that grows in the swamps here, if I remember. If you happen across it, I could use it. It's very distinctive, all white with a blood-red centre.
Huh. I'll see if I can find one.
Good. In the meantime, I'll begin treating our poor friend.
Go not into death's glamour,
Well,
but with the
looks like
knowledge
we have a little
that
quest.
can tell that babe
It
by
must be,
your
you can tell it's important in some way, because they freaking triggered without me even clicking on anybody. I was just walking by.
You there, elf. What's your name?
It's Pick, sir.
Go tell Turnlogane that the war party's ready to begin scouting. We'll send word if we find anything amiss.
Yes, sir. Right away, sir.
Ooh. Guy's got some pep in his step. Way to hustle. Who's that? Oh, it's just some knight. He was so awkwardly standing on his own with an exposed face, he looked like he might be a specific character. Hey, look at those hounds with the soldiers. That's kind of cool. It's kind of a nice concept for a mechanic. That is like part of the history of dogs, is that they've been domesticated to serve people in more primitive settings.
In the name of Andraste, I bless you today. May you find favor in the Maker's eyes. So let it be.
You're not Alistair. I'm gonna have to look at the map in a second here, because I'm not really finding him yet. Oh. There's a lock. I'll never be able to open those. Actually... Yeah, can I get lockpicking? I might be able... No, it probably requires a proper statistic of, like, cunning or something like that, which is not that interesting to me. So, let's see, I can go up the stairs and around the corner, and I'll make it to Aleister. So that's where I'm trying to go now. Let's head up there.
Any last wishes I can help?
So I might be able to open doors when I get a rogue in my party. But that might be a while. Often I play as the rogue, which is how I get around that problem. Let's go meet this guy.
What is it now? Haven't Greywardens asked more than enough of the Circle?
I simply came to deliver a message from the revered mother, Sir Mage. She desires your presence.
What her reverence desires is of no concern to me. I am busy helping the Grey Wardens, by the King's orders, I might add.
Should I have asked her to write a note?
Tell her I will not be harassed in this manner.
Yes, I was harassing you by delivering a message.
Your glibness does you no credit.
Here I thought we were getting along so well. I was even going to name one of my children after you. The Grumpy One.
Enough. I will speak to the woman if I must. Get out of my way, fool.
You know, one good thing about the Blight is how it brings people together.
Oh man, I forgot how much of a smartass Alistair was. All of my remarks in this Let's Play are going to be almost like they're in direct competition with this guy. You are a very strange human.
You're not the first to tell me that. Wait, we haven't met, have we? I don't suppose you happen to be another mage?
I am indeed a mage.
And here I thought I'd been yelled at by every mage in camp. Wait, I do know who you are. You're Duncan's new recruit from the Circle of Magi. I should have recognized you right away. I apologize.
I am the only bald person in this entire camp, apparently. And elf. I'm a bald elf mage. I guess that would make it easy to identify me based on minor descriptions. How could you recognize me besides all those things I just said?
Duncan sent word. He spoke quite highly of you.
Is that joke about my height?
Allow me to introduce myself. I'm Alistair, the new Grey Warden, though I guess you knew that. As the junior member of the Order, I'll be accompanying you when you prepare for the joining.
Well, so are you already? You're a junior member of the Order, so you're already in. You've done the joining already. Okay. Let's see. What can you tell me about this joining?
Honestly, nothing. Try not to worry about it. It will just distract you. So I'm curious. Have you ever actually encountered Darkspawn before?
Nope.
When I fought my first one, I wasn't prepared for how monstrous it was. I can't say I'm looking forward to encountering another. Anyhow, whenever you're ready, let's get back to Duncan. I imagine he's eager to get things started.
Well, look at you. You've killed one ever. I guess that makes you really far ahead of me. He must have really recently become a Grey Warden, I guess. That argument I saw, what was it about?
With the mage. The Circle is here at the King's request, and the Chantry doesn't like that one bit. They just love letting mages know how unwelcome they are. Which puts me in a bit of an awkward position. I was once a Templar.
Oh, you were a mage hunter.
Not that that's all Templars do, but yes, the Chantry raised me until Duncan recruited me 6 months ago. I'm sure the revered mother meant it as an insult, sending me as her messenger, and the mage picked right up on that. I never would have agreed to deliver it, but Duncan says we're all to cooperate and get along. Apparently they didn't get the same speech.
It's rather concerning that this society has a religious cult that basically raises children from birth to become people that watch over and potentially kill another group of people that are also raised in a weird cult from birth that might get executed at a certain age based on whether or not they pass a test they don't have control over. It's such a fucked up society. Okay. I've said that several times, but okay. What about the other recruits?
Davith and Sir Jory are here in the camp. Have you met them?
Nope.
Keep an eye out. Maybe we'll see one of them.
Alright, let's go.
If you have any questions, let me know. Otherwise, lead on.
Here we go! Switching party members. You pressed L1 and R1 to switch between party. Blam! Yeah. Now I'm Alistair. The entire world is my oyster because I'm a Grey Warden and I don't have to do no joining because I'm already in. I killed a Darkspawn once. You know, I've covered wars, you know. Let's continue to play as my character. Oh, another locked chest. But I want to rob everybody. Don't ruin this for me. So let's head towards the next objective. There's a clear arrow over there, so that seems to be the way to go. A little concerned by the fact that I just did a life and death sort of like weird ritualistic joining I already did a whole weird ritual for joining a cult group thing, and they kicked me out. And now I'm gonna join another one? Like, what's gonna be in this? What's this one gonna entail? I'm sick of rituals that no one will tell me about. Hello, Duncan.
You found Alistair, did you? Good. I'll assume you're ready to begin preparations. Assuming, of course, that you're quite finished riling up mages, Alistair.
What can I say? The revered mother ambushed me. The way she wields guilt, they should stick her in the army.
She forced you to sass the mage, did she? We cannot afford to antagonize anyone, Alistair. We don't need to give anyone more ammunition against us.
I apologize, Duncan. I'll go collect who we're missing.
Don't worry, I'll antagonize people for you.
This is Sajori, a knight from Redcliffe.
How'd you do?
And this here is Daveth, a fellow from Denerim.
That's me. I'm a fellow.
And this, of course, is the recruit that Duncan said he was bringing.
Why? Everyone's so much taller than me. Why don't you recruit more elves? I feel so left out here. That's me, the new guy.
Now then, since you're all here, we can begin. You four will be heading into the Kakori Wilds to perform 2 tasks. The first is to obtain 3 vials of Darkspawn blood, 1 for each recruit.
It's lucky that I'm a mage, because it looks like we have a rogue and a warrior in the group. Alright, and what's the second task after we collect the 3 vials of Darkspawn blood? I feel like we could kill 1 Darkspawn and get all 3 vials just like that. That'd be pretty quick.
There was once a Grey Warden archive in the wilds, abandoned long ago when we could no longer afford to maintain such remote outposts. It has recently come to our attention that some scrolls have been left behind, magically sealed to protect them. Alistair, I want you to retrieve these scrolls if you can.
Well, we have a lot of things to take care of. And what if they're no longer there?
It's possible the scrolls may have been destroyed or even stolen, though the seal's magic should have protected them. Only a Grey Warden can break such a seal.
I don't understand. Why leave such things in a ruin if they're so valuable?
It was assumed that we would someday return. A great many things were assumed that have not held true.
Well, I mean, a seal might help keep the scrolls closed, but couldn't someone just take them anyway? So, is this part of our joining?
No, but the effort must be made. I have every confidence you are up to the task.
Well, how will we find this archive?
It will be an overgrown ruin by now, but the sealed chest should remain intact. Alistair will guide you to the area you need to search.
Oh, the chest is actually sealed. That makes more sense, I suppose. Alright. Find the archive and 3 vials of blood. Understood.
The scrolls contain treaties promising support, treaties that may prove valuable in the days to come. Watch over your charges, Alistair. Return quickly and safely.
We will.
Then may the Maker watch over your path. I will see you when you return.
I get the feeling we're going to get these scrolls and try to take people up on their promises of helping us out. And people aren't going to be very much into promise keeping. By the way, immediately noticing a difference between Dragon Age and Mass Effect. Check out these 3 party members I have instead of just 2. Or 3 allies besides my character, so we have a party of 4 overall. But Aleister, that asshole, and me, the best one. Here we go, into the Kakori Wilds. Doesn't Legend of Zelda have a place called the Kakori Woods? It's probably spelled differently, but it seems like it might be a reference. Especially since it seems to be the forest that's right outside of the starting location. Whatever.
Hail.
Hey!
I'm told you all have business in the wilds. The gate's open for you. Just be careful out there. Even a Grey Warden won't be safe in the forest tonight.
You startled me. I was expecting a loading screen. Well, alrighty then. Let's go hunt us some 3 vials of Darkspawn blood and some documents that are, you know, oh, no big deal, just vital to the resistance effort. I'm sure it's not that important. So we're out here in a creepy forest. Ooh.
Can't we just say
So right off the bat, we have wolf problems. That's interesting. Obviously, this cone isn't going to work out for me, so let's try shooting him with lightning bolts. We're having some interesting frame rate problems right now. Oh well. Why has the wildlife got to be against me right now? Don't they realize I'm trying to save the world? don't know, do Darkspawn care about wolves? I guess this is just like any other war to them. It's not like it's a plague that's going to destroy the entire world. This isn't straight up, this isn't quite in the same realm of Bound by Flame, where like whatever the evil is straight up obliterating everything. Wildlife probably doesn't care one bit about what's going on here, because for us, it's just a change of management. It's just changing what sentient creature is controlling everything. So the Darkspawn is interesting because you may have known. Oh, there's a body here. Brown skin, orange hair. Interesting combination of colors there. You may have noticed before, some people will call... I think I've had the option to call it this, and I think other people have called it that too, or at least they will in the future too, is that they call the Darkspawn the dwarf problem. It's the dwarves' war to fight, it's their issue to deal with. I'm like, well, that's not very fair. Because you may have noticed from the prologue, the Darkspawn are supposed to be created by magic users, and the dwarves can't even use magic for the most part. So that's significant.
Men and women from every race, warriors and mages, barbarians and kings. The Grey Wardens sacrificed everything to stem the tide of darkness.